Alright, let's dive into something that's been making headlines recently, and honestly, it's a bit of a head-scratcher. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the U.S. Health Secretary, has come out urging parents to vaccinate their kids against measles. Now, if you've been following Kennedy's career, you know this is a pretty big deal, and not just because measles cases are surging to levels we haven't seen in decades. What makes this really interesting is the context. Kennedy has been one of the most prominent voices in the anti-vaccine movement for years. So, what's going on here? Is this a genuine change of heart, or is there more to the story? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the measles outbreak. The numbers are staggering, over 2,300 cases this year alone, surpassing the total from 2025. To put that in perspective, the past 2 years have seen more measles infections than the rest of the 21st century combined. That's wild, right? And it's not just a minor uptick, it's a full-blown crisis that's threatening the US's measles elimination status, which we've held since 2000. Personally, I think this is a wake-up call for everyone, but it's especially significant coming from someone like Kennedy, who's spent years questioning vaccine safety and efficacy. Now, Kennedy's recent comments on CNN are fascinating. When pressed by host Dana Bash, he did say, parents should get their children vaccinated for measles. He even acknowledged the vaccine's effectiveness, stating it prevents measles in about 97% of cases. But here's where it gets tricky. Kennedy's tone and history make it hard to take this at face value. For years, he's been a leading voice in spreading misinformation about vaccines, including the MMR vaccine. So, when he suddenly pivots and says, "Get vaccinated," it feels like there's a catch. In my opinion, this isn't just about public health advice, it's about optics and damage control. What many people don't realize is that Kennedy's stance on vaccines has been deeply problematic, even in his role as health secretary. He's downplayed the importance of vaccines, called them a personal choice, and even falsely claimed that vaccine immunity is waning. So, when he now says, "Vaccinate your kids," it's like a firefighter who's been pouring gasoline on a blaze suddenly grabbing a hose. It's a step in the right direction, sure, but it doesn't erase the damage he's contributed to. If you take a step back and think about it, this outbreak didn't happen in a vacuum. It's the result of years of vaccine hesitancy, and Kennedy has been a key player in that narrative. Another detail I find fascinating is how Kennedy handled the interview. When Bash pushed him on his responsibility for the measles surge, he flat out denied it, saying, "Absolutely not." Instead, he blamed religious communities and global health conditions. This raises a deeper question: how can someone in his position not take accountability for their role in a public health crisis? It's not just about the words he's saying now, it's about the years of misinformation he's spread. And let's not forget his combative attitude during the interview, accusing Bash of saying nonsense and claiming she doesn't understand because she's not a scientist. It's a classic deflection tactic, and frankly, it's exhausting. What this really suggests is that Kennedy's recent comments are less about a genuine shift in belief and more about political maneuvering. The timing is suspicious, with the new school year approaching and measles cases skyrocketing. He's under pressure to say something. But does he truly believe it? I'm not convinced. Ashish Jha, who advised the Biden administration on COVID, said it best, "While it's good to hear Kennedy endorse the MMR vaccine, much of what he said in that interview just isn't true." And that's the crux of the issue. Even when Kennedy says something right, it's hard to trust him because of his track record. So, where does this leave us? Personally, I think this is a moment to reflect on the power of public figures and the responsibility they have when it comes to health messaging. Kennedy's words matter, and his flip-flopping on vaccines only adds to the confusion and mistrust. If you ask me, the real takeaway here isn't just about measles, is about the broader impact of misinformation and the importance of consistent, science-based communication. What do you think? Is Kennedy's recent call to vaccinate a step forward, or is it too little, too late? Let me know in the comments below.